Welcome, everyone. Thanks for joining us tonight. And DL popped in right under the wire. Wow.
Yeah.
Claudia's here. Brian, Master of Trek, is probably going to go take a nap. But before that happens, right off the bat,
He just said something.
Breaking news!
Breaking news.
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Breaking news.
You take the spot.
Yes.
Okay.
Master of Trek understands Snyder fans.
As understands. What the hell did I type that?
Anywho,
I typed that fast when I was
grammatical errors aside. Yes, as right before the show started, I said, I kind of have. I think I'm starting to sympathize with people who really wanted that Snyderverse to continue, because I really want the Picard verse to continue. I mean, it doesn't have to have Picard in it, but you could still put like that time period together.
Mm-hmm.
So Star Trek, in their infinite wisdom, Paramount, whoever, comes out in their ultimate wisdom and says, "Hey, let's give them a couple shows. One of them I can understand, just because it's fresh off the Oscar win, and you really want to like make sure you can get Michelle Yeoh involved in anything at this point in time. So the only thing they had on the burner was a Section 31 show
movie.
Yeah, I know, but this is kind of like Star Wars, dude. So it was supposed to be a show, and they talked about it, but nothing ever came of it. And quite frankly, we don't need a Section 31 show. Okay, a few episodes here and there, but not an entire plot or a movie or anything like that. Okay, I'm sorry, it's not necessary.
It's almost like getting the Snyderverse restored, and then he's like, let's watch Shazam 2 with Helen freaking Mirren.
Yeah,
you mean the movie that just bombed?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. And now, if they were to go theatrical with this, people would be like, "Holy shit, what's Section 31?
Yeah.
And why should I care?"
Mm-hmm.
It makes no sense.
Wow, you do sound like a Snyder bro.
Fan perspective, it doesn't make any sense either, because most of your people right now, the only reason they're engaged is because of Picard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, they didn't know. To be fair, they didn't know that ahead of time.
Yeah. Okay. Which means they should have been fluid in their plan.
Yeah.
Like I said, I understand why they're doing that. Okay. They're setting it in the time period that most people would like to forget.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, on the other side of the coin, they announced a Starfleet Academy show. Now, this one here, I can see once again why they came up with it. They're probably going to bring Mary Wiseman back as Tilly and all that kind of crap. But a Starfleet Academy show, but instead of putting it in a time period where people would be like, okay, I'd be down to see that. Let's go. No.
It's almost
smack dab in a period of time where people would try to like to forget. Because
it's almost like they're trying to force feed you burgers, not the Hamada burgers, just burgers when you ordered a steak.
Well, no, it's like when you've had a taste of a steak, why do you want to go back to a burger?
Because burgers are good?
Burgers are good.
Okay, burgers are good and filling, but
But steaks are better.
But you had a Picard
steaks are
steak.
better.
You had a Picard steak.
I had a filet mignon with Picard. Now what, I'm going back to a London broil, but I gotta cover it in barbecue sauce just to eat it.
Yeah. Wow,
Like,
you're pretty toxic tonight, man.
No, I've had to be very positive for this show. Okay?
Yeah.
I stood up for a really long time.
Yeah.
Okay, and I finally get something that I'm just like overly emotional about, really enjoy, and it's like, okay, well,
It's like a cul-de-sac almost.
I hope you enjoyed it. Have fun in your cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd have been mad too. So
Can't you have both properties exist at the same time?
Maybe
I'm
they'll
just
give you
saying.
Maybe they'll give you an Elseworlds. Hold
if
out
they
hope.
would continue it, that's fine. Give us some kind of announcement. For flip's sake, man.
flip's sake.
The show hasn't ended yet. Give it a chance.
Star Trek is like a buffet. You can walk up to the buffet and get whatever the hell you want. Okay? But I'm tired of going back and getting nothing but like cottage cheese and pepper.
You know, Brian, I once had dreams too. I
wanted
once
him-
wanted, I once wanted them to continue Star Wars: The Clone Wars. Instead of doing that, they was like, "Fuck you! We're doing one more season, and that's it. You're done."
Yeah. And then we'll come back 6-7 years later and give you another last season, and we'll call it That's How We Really Wanted It to End.
Oh no! Instead of doing that, they just give us 2 seasons of the Bad Batch, that's not what I wanted. I wanted Clone Wars, but hey, you want me to give the DLC of Clone Wars? Give me the Bad Batch. All right, sure. I'll settle for that. I guess. Whatever.
And
So
on the other side
anyways,
of that, I will prefer.
just in
I will
bitchy
take
fanboy
any
mode,
Star
sorry.
Trek they give me right about now.
I'll take Picard and maybe some Strange New Worlds, as long as they don't screw the.
At least, yeah. Here's something, right? At least Brian knows how the Snyderverse fans feel like right now.
Well, I know how it felt back then,
Why
but I
can't
got all.
you move
but I got
on,
all-
Brian? Move on.
I did from that back in the day, Jack.
You got a trilogy of seasons. Move on.
Don't worry, I'll be fine. Yeah, the first 2 seasons sucked, but I'll be fine.
Hey, you got a whole universe of Star Trek, man. They're making more and more Star Trek shows, so it's not like you're being deprived of Star Trek in general,
No,
right?
it's not that. That's not the point. I think it's more of a quantity over quality type thing. I don't know.
Mhm.
It is what it is. It's not that I don't like Discovery. I feel like it just serves no purpose being so far in the future, so far removed from everything, and and that's something that's a choice that they made. I mean, at first I was like, okay, cool. They had a really good setup, and then the burn. If anybody watched Star Trek Discovery season 3, you will know that was the biggest letdown ever. Okay, and then the next season, what do? We knock off. What's that stupid movie? Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Oh
Yeah,
shit!
That's what they did. That's what they did. Okay. And then they went all political and made Stacey Abrams the president of the galaxy.
Wait, what? Wait, what?
She married to JJ?
Not that I minded, but my eyes rolled into the back of my head knowing people would bitch about it. So I was just like, okay, good Discovery. Instead of sailing them in safe waters, you decided to push it in a direction. All right, cool. And then, but yeah, that happened. And then you get a little bit, like, you get like this magical panacea where you get this nice taste of bread. And then they're just like,
That's enough. That's enough. I'll take it.
Get your hashtags ready, and don't be toxic.
No.
Shit.
I'm
I'm
the kind
doing
of person.
that.
I'm just done. I'm just done.
No.
I'm just done. I'm done.
What do you guys think of Brian's little rant there? Perp, Brucifer, Voltaire. What do you think?
Well, I just got here. I was trying to catch up. So it appears Brian misses Picard already?
No. We have one more episode left, and it's still a thing. But the problem is, what they did was they made the announcement of 2 new things that have nothing to do with continuing anything from this show.
Oh,
The
right. I saw
Picardverse.
one of them.
The
I saw one of them.
Snyderverse. The Picardverse.
Okay, the Michelle Yeoh movie, I understand, and if it's a straight streaming movie, great. But I just really have no interest in watching it because
that's a good getting Michelle Yeoh starring in a Star Trek.
She already played in Star Trek.
Yeah. No, what I'm saying is after she won the Academy Award, now she has this
absolutely.
coming out.
Yeah,
that's a really good get.
No, it is. But the problem is I think they're going to waste her on what they got her for, because the Section 31 is such a niche area of Star Trek that like even fans aren't going to want to watch it.
Mm-hmm.
So I just don't.
I'm watching it.
Well, okay, but I'm just saying, like, you're not. There's a good portion. There's people that won't. Okay, and they won't watch it just because it's like I've stated the reasons. I'm not interested in seeing anything in that time period. Okay, I mean, it has nothing to do with woke, this, that, or the other thing. It just, I don't care about that part of time. I want to see the next generation era people with the family, and maybe the occasional run-in from somebody from a show from the 90s.
Sounds a little bit like Star Wars fans finding out there's a Rey movie coming.
Yes.
Based.
I'm a Star
I
Wars
Pretty
fan
much.
too.
I
You know what the
quench
weirdest
my
thing is?
thirst with your nerd tears.
The weirdest thing. I'm a Star Wars fan too, so I have like a complete 180 view of Star Wars. Okay, like my views on Star Wars completely different. Right, Max?
Yeah.
Like, I'm so open-minded when it comes to Star Wars. I'm just like, yeah, give me the Star Wars, man. Anything, I'll take it. Andor, give it to me. Let's go, man. I don't even
Brian,
care.
don't you
Half
think
the
it's
season's
possible?
boring.
Brian, don't you think it's possible they were waiting for this season to see how it did compared to the last 2 seasons before they commit to a show based in that time period?
They should have done it already.
Also, do you believe how much longevity do you think the next generation cast will have?
No,
How
I'm not talking about the cast. I'm not talking about the cast. Set it in that time period.
just in the time period? What follow their?
You
You
could
said
even-
follow
you-
their kids. Follow.
Yeah, you could
follow-
even follow
Yes,
characters
they've even
set up,
set
yeah.
up their kids in the show.
Oh, okay.
Maybe they're
So-
waiting for the final episode to make the announcement. You know, I mean, it's Picard is a raging success. Like, there's
I know,
no
that's
way
what
they're
I'm
going to leave
saying,
it
like-
alone. There's no way they're going to leave it alone. They're
Yeah.
going to maybe after, maybe a little, like a
Thank
week
God
after.
you're here, Axel. Brian's being
Yeah.
very toxic. Very
I
toxic.
think
what
they're
happened?
just. I think they're just giving time for that to breathe, you know, and expand other things. But I'm sure they're gonna go back to that,
Hey,
you know,
Jade.
since they see how much of a success it is. You know, not all doom and gloom just yet. And also, Michelle Yeoh, like what you said about what they're covering is very, very niche. I'm sure people will watch it alone because Michelle Yeoh is going to be
No,
in
that's
it.
very true. Very true.
Yeah.
But like I said though, like it's like if you were to watch like Star Trek's version of MI6.
MME.
Yeah, right. I mean, it's just
I
like
knew you were about to say that.
I was really close to doing it, but you know, like a James Bond version of Star Trek. Like, yes, it's cool with Julian Bashir in Star Trek Deep Space Nine. Okay,
Is that timeline? Does that coincide with
See,
the?
that's
Voyager?
what I want. That's what I want. A continuation of Deep Space Nine. That's what I want.
that's
God.
what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. That's the era I'm talking about. Give me the Deep Space
Okay.
Nine Voyager Next Generation era. Okay?
Yeah, Voyager.
All set within 2401.
Actually, I
So
wouldn't be
you want
surprised
a
if they.
Andor version, Star Trek version of Andor?
No, I want a televised version of Star Trek Online. Please
Dude.
and thank you.
Do for Janeway what
Oh,
they did for
that'd be
Picard.
sweet. That'd be sweet.
That's what I'm
Janeway-
saying. Janeway and Picard. I have a theory about Janeway being in the last episode of Picard.
Oh, that'd be based.
Maybe I could drop it real quick. Okay, so if you watch the last episode of Star Trek Voyager called Endgame, okay, Part 2, future Janeway goes back in time, gives the Borg Queen